Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. It has been a hot minute since I've done an anti-haul and I've been saving some things on Instagram that I want to chat about. I really enjoy anti-hauls. I think it's a really fun way to just chat about things that are not interesting, whether it's just impractical for me or it's just something that I find ugly. I think it's funny to chat about. I initially got this video idea from Abby Williamson, who got her video ideas from Kimberly Clark. I will have both of their channels down below. As always, don't get offended about this. If I chat about something that you absolutely love, that is so cool. I'm so happy you love it. We just have different preferences, you know, and that's okay. If we all like the same thing, that would be very boring. It's just a silly way to roast some makeup, some things that I'm not interested in. Maybe in some cases I'm trying to talk myself out of certain things. We don't need to own everything. We don't need to like everything, and that is okay. Before we hop into the anti-haul, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on my Instagram and TikTok by the time this video goes up. And as far as my accessories today go, I don't really have a whole lot going on. This choker, I don't know where it's from. This is just a wig off of Amazon. I got it years ago. And this is a CC brand beanie off of Amazon as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's anti-haul some products. I'm gonna do a little scooch so that we can insert some pictures here on the screen. Go to my little Instagram folder. I always have a saved folder kind of ongoing with makeup that I'm simply not interested in. And I have 10 things to talk about today. And we're gonna go in no particular order. I'm just gonna start from the bottom and work my way up. Ooh, first things first, this Morphe collection. Now, I don't shop for Morphe anyways, but this collection I just think is really ugly. This is the new holiday collection from Morphe. This got revealed in like September though, so it's not brand new. This is a little bit older. But I just think this is awful. I don't know what it is about this collection. Like the two small palettes are just very boring to me. That like warm brown one is absolutely not my vibe. I can get down with like rosy tones every so often, so the other 9pan palette isn't awful, but the large palette's definitely not my vibe, and I don't know what exactly it is about it. Maybe it's just that it's too large, as Morphe does, lots of repetitive shades, not really my thing. I don't know. Morphe hasn't stood out to me in a long time. I used to be a fan back in the day. I don't shop from them anymore, and this collection does not appeal to me at all, in any sense of the word, so if you're into it, cool, but I feel like there are lots of other holiday releases out there that may be more exciting. Oh, this next one, I hate this. HipDot has done this a few times now, and I took a few different screenshots. I just hate these. They're like little icons. They're like little shadows shaped as characters that you can then like rub on your eye. I think this is so dumb. This is the Care Bears one specifically. I just feel like if you're actually gonna buy this, it's probably because you like Care Bears, and then why would you want to destroy the figurine itself? You know what I mean? And I just can't imagine like rubbing my little brush on like a little figure like that, and I definitely wouldn't use like my finger. I don't know. This is definitely not for me. They also did a Hello Kitty one, which again, if you want this, it's probably because you like Hello Kitty. And then why would you want to destroy the little figurine? You know what I mean? And then there's also a SpongeBob one, just various shades of bronze gold. I don't like this. I know it's supposed to be a gimmick, but I am not a fan. Oh man, I forgot about this one. RuPaul came out with a makeup line. It's ugly. I love Drag Race. I've watched so many seasons of Drag Race. I got into it back in 2020 and I am obsessed. I love so many queens. I think it's such a good show. This collection literally looks like children's makeup. I think it is so ugly. I think the packaging looks so cheap, and I think it's supposed to be a cheaper brand. So I'm glad at least the price reflects correctly with the products themselves, but RuPaul, you could have done so much better. This is just not it. This is so uninteresting to me. I think this is absolutely boring. I feel like the only people that are gonna buy this are like major super fans of RuPaul, because this is not impressive in the slightest. Sashay Away. Oh, this one. Now this one I have a bias because I don't like the collaboration theme. But this is the Kylie Cosmetics Batman collection that launched around Halloween time. I don't like Batman. I love Marvel, not a big DC fan, and specifically Batman I really don't like, which I know. I love spooky things, Halloween, bats. Even my channel name is battybean. Like, I love bats, but I hate Batman. I think Batman is so overrated. But aside from that, I think this is just such a boring palette. There's some other things in this collection too. I'm more focused on the palette here. It's just like a bunch of neutral boring browns with a pop of yellow and like 3 blues. This is not it. I feel like the yellow isn't even as bright as the yellows in the comics surrounding the palette. The blues are a little on the muted side too. They could have done so much more. There are so many vibrant colors on the comic book side of the palette. It was a swing and a miss for me. I feel like this is just not quite there. They could have done so much more with this, and I think this is absolutely boring. Okay, this one. This one is just an issue of it's too much. This is the new palette from Kimchi Chic Beauty. This was revealed again back in October, so it's not super new. This is the Holy Fairy Tale palette. I like the theming. I like the general vibe of this, but it's just too much. I do not want a 40 pan palette. I am interested in trying more from Kimchi Chic Beauty. I've only ever tried the Freckle pen, which I did like, but I like Freck better. This palette's just too much. There are too many repetitive shades in here. You easily could have cut this palette in half and it would have had the same vibe, but it would have been a lot better. I just don't know. This is too much. I would have so much preferred this to be smaller. It's way too repetitive, way too nonsensical. And I do like a chaotic color story. Do not get me wrong. I like weird, unique color stories. This is just 40 shades of chaos and it's not really doing anything for me. It's a little bit too much. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I just looked at this next one and my first thought was, oh, Makeup Revolution, please make this stop. This isn't even Makeup Revolution, I don't think, unless Mad Beauty is another sub-brand of Makeup Revolution, which I would not be surprised. But this is the Scooby-Doo collab with Mad Beauty and I simply hate it. I think the colors on the Mystery Machine palette are so not Scooby-Doo in the slightest. And those face masks at the bottom are what nightmares are made out of. Those are so creepy. It's funny, but it's so creepy. This collection is just, oh, it's not cute to me. I think it's a pretty ugly collection. The Glamlight Scooby-Doo collection, while I didn't love the pigmentation level on the mattes in those palettes, I thought it could have been better. The packaging in general was amazing, and that's all thanks to Doodles by the Bunny. She helped them create the packaging for it, so that was amazing, and just the whole theming of that one in general was much better. This is kind of ugly to me. That was too nice. It's pretty ugly to me. I don't like any of this in the slightest. Next. Okay, this one, I can totally see this one being fun for some people, but for people like me, where I like to know what I'm purchasing ahead of time, this isn't gonna work. This is the new Lunar Beauty Advent Calendar palette. It is a really unique idea. I haven't seen that done before where it's an eyeshadow palette, but you don't know the shades until you get them and it's more like an advent calendar as you assemble the palette yourself. I just don't like that. I want to know exactly what I'm getting before I get it, especially because with Lunar Beauty, it could be colorful. It might not be. It could have been all neutrals, and I just wasn't willing to make the gamble. And then when I did see it revealed, I'll pop a picture here. Skip ahead if you don't want to be spoiled. But this is a picture of the completed palette. I took a screenshot of one of the videos on their page. It didn't do anything for me. It's nothing special. It's nothing I needed. I do like Lunar Beauty's formulas, but I didn't need the palette. I'm glad that I personally didn't like risk it. Like, it's a fun idea, but I don't want to not know what the eyeshadow palette is that I'm getting, especially because it's $50. $50 is a lot to spend for a gamble. Like, you don't know exactly what you're gonna get. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that one. Oh, this next one. This is not me. This is not me at all. This is the Stay Golden palette, I think is what it's called. The C-3PO palette from Colourpop and Star Wars again. I think this is like their 5 millionth Star Wars collab at this point. I don't like this. I don't like golden tone neutrals. It's not my thing. If I'm gonna play with neutrals, I prefer cool tones or rosy tones. I don't want golden or orangey tones. That's just not what I want. And I'm very positive that this appeals to a lot of people, but this does not appeal to me. And it's also kind of one note to me. Like, there is a deepening shade in here, but a lot of the shades in here are very mid-tone. It's like we have one light, one deep, and then a lot of mid-tone. So I feel like I personally would have trouble doing a variety of looks with this. I feel like I'd get bored with this one really, really fast. Yeah, this one's not for me, bottom line. And this next one is another Colourpop collab, and I don't know what it is that I don't like about this. I'm gonna recruit you guys. I feel like I always have at least one thing in my anti-hauls where I don't know why I don't like it, but you're able to help me figure out why I don't like it. And I don't know why I don't like this. This is the It's a Small World collection, part of like Disney's It's a Small World ride. I think it's a cute ride. It's a classic, it's charming. It's a little annoying, but it's charming, you know what I mean? Something about this palette I don't like. I don't know if it's the mismatched pan shapes with the diamonds and the circles. Like all diamonds would have been cool, all circles would have been cool. I don't know about the mixture of the two. I don't know what it is either. Like in theory, I should like these colors. There's pops of purple and green. Maybe it's just because it's surrounded by colors that I'm personally not gonna use super often. Like I don't need these like beigey shades and like golden shades. I don't know what it is. This collection just wasn't really for me. I think the packaging's kind of nice, but for the most part, this one just was not meant for me. And you know what? That's okay. I am happy when not everything is meant for me. I can only afford to spend so much on makeup. And I also try to be very conscious with what I do spend on makeup. So having things that I can easily weed out and not even consider spending money on, it's good for my soul. And last but not least, I don't like it. I don't like this one. I mean, obviously, or it wouldn't be in this video, but this is the Glitch Out collection from SheGlam. I'm, for one, not super interested in buying from SheGlam. I try to avoid Shein and things like that as much as I can. And I'm just not super interested in their makeup. So that was already an easy one to just say no to, but I think this is a really ugly collection. There isn't a ton of gaming themed makeup out there, but there has been more and more over the last couple years. It's been getting a little more popular. And I think this is a perfect example of gaming makeup done wrong. This is just ugly to me. We have kind of the colorful palette, colorful, it has 4 colorful shades. And then the black and white palette. It's not a black and white picture, it is a black and white like themed palette. And I don't know, like, I don't want this. I feel like this is just really boring. It just looked like they were trying to be like, so cutesy gamer girl, but it didn't like come across that way to me at least. There's also like a glitter shadow or something like that. Maybe that's not a glitter shadow. Oh, it looks like that's a lip scrub. It literally looks like a glitter shadow, that green thing at the top. And then there's like 3 lip glosses as well. Oh, this is weird too. I didn't notice this. That palette in the middle there with the exclamation point and the X and the frowny face, that's a Reboot blush palette. Ultra Unique Blush Palette features primary colors red, yellow, and blue that can be used alone or mixed for a look all your own. I mean, I understand color theory pretty well, especially because I do hair for a living, I play with makeup a lot, I'm pretty well versed with color theory. The average consumer might not be, and I think most people are gonna be not super into that idea for a blush palette. Is that really a blush palette? Because really, if you mix all of them together, you might get a weird muddy shade. I don't know, that just seems like something most people aren't gonna wanna spend their time playing with, you know what I mean? Like I'd rather just like mix my own blushes together to make different blushes if I wanna get customizable about it. I don't know. Overall, I just think this collection was a swing and a miss. It's not good. I think it's kind of dumb. And that about wraps it up for this anti-haul. I don't think this was a super long one. I felt pretty strongly about these. I didn't really have thoughts to waver about with these. I would love to hear your thoughts though. Do you love any of these? Did you pick any of these up? Do you want any of these? What are some recent products that are coming out that you're anti-hauling? I would love to hear it down below. Again, not to be taken seriously. If you love these, I am so happy for you. They're just not for me. Really, none of these I even batted an eye at. I was super against all of these in this video. If you made it to the end of this video, why don't you leave me some emojis that you hate using or seeing? And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me on my other socials. You can join the battybean fam. I am battybean on everything, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you want, you can subscribe. If you want to see more of my videos, I'm posting every single day in December. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye. I feel like this is the one that makes me the most mad. What are these? Like, who is using these besides like people on the internet? Like, are everyday people buying these little Care Bear eyeshadows and actually using them and not just displaying them? I don't know. I just hate this idea. I don't like to buy things just to make clutter though. And that's what this is to me. It's just clutter.